Hello everybody, welcome back. Bit of a strange setup what you're looking at now because you joined me in my kitchen. What I've got is I've got my Nukeproof 290. What I'm going to be doing actually is in the background I've managed to source a 297 rear chainstay here. It's taken me forever to find one of these. Like I've been wanting to do this since I basically built the bike back in May last year with my pal Pringle, so shout out to that. The bike's been absolutely faultless. But yeah, what we're going to be doing today is changing the bike to a 297. This is by no means at all a how-to video. This is literally, it's a rainy day outside, pissing down with rain. What I'm going to be doing is just cracking on, getting this sorted, taking off the back, putting the 297 chainstay on, and just getting the job done basically. As you can see, I've got this mic here. I'm just trying out a new setup as well, trying to get a little bit of new type of content, see how the mic goes. It's the DJI Mic Mini. It's just connected to my iPhone on a tripod, and yeah, we'll just see where we'll get to. So without further ado, let's start getting on with this. Also, just to mention what I've got as well is I've got this little bag of goodies here. So what that is basically a link for the back. So it's a link along with like some bearings and stuff, but to be honest I don't actually think that these are any different, if I'm being honest. I don't even think we need this. I think the links are the same. It's just the actual, that looks identical, just holding it up alongside. That looks identical to the one that's on there for the 290. So maybe all I need to do is just change the rear chainstay, or the rear triangle rather. But not to fret, we'll get it done. I don't know what the hell they are on the bottom there, like some dust covers or something. But yes, in true Onlydans fashion, we'll just wing it and see where we get to. But first things first, oh my god, the state of this chain is horrendous. I've got some pads as well lying around somewhere, some TRP pads. I don't know where I put them. So you just buy stuff online and just shit just goes missing everywhere. It's ridiculous in my house. All of it's mine as well. Right. So the plan of action, what I think we need to do, because I have watched a video by Adam Brayton, and he basically just took everything off the back. So we'll start with the wheel, I think, then like look to the UDH hanger. I've got some cable ties for the brakes and the rear derailleur cable. Fortunately enough, on this bike, everything is externally routed from the seat post back. I've actually externally routed the rear brake as well, just because it looks a little bit more free-ridey, and when I bought these TRP brakes from Facebook Marketplace, I couldn't be bothered to bleed them. To be fair, I actually think it looks a lot, it doesn't look better, but it's function over form. This is what this bike is for. It's literally just a spare bike in my fleet to just use as a, if something breaks or cardio around the doors or whatever. It's a good bike. It's pretty good spec bike for being just a spare bike. We forgot to mention as well what I've got is I've actually got the 297 wheel here. On a couple of my bikes, it's a EX511 DT Swiss with a Schwalbe Magic Mary 2.6 on the back in super gravity. I'm not a fan of this casing tyre, but it's the only one that I've got lying around. Look, it's still even got the willies on, man. Look, it's freshy. Totally fresh. So I think there's a tube in here. I think there's a tube in this one as well, but nonetheless, it is set up tubeless, but it kept leaking. It's coming back to me now. Like, it's just the spare stuff that you have lying around. Sometimes you just forget about it. But let's crack on with this then. We'll see how this goes actually, because it's quite a popular thing, to be fair, like doing this 297. Some people prefer it. I actually don't mind a 29er wheel overall. I think the stability that you get at speed is actually really good, and it fills you full of confidence as well when like you change and stuff. Like a lot of your balance comes from like the back wheel. So when you're like ploughing down stuff and like you change, you can feel the wheel like pull you back up. But this, with it being quite a narrow wheelbase, like this is a large frame and it rides like a medium trail bike. It just feels like it wants to be leant over more, and I can't do that because I'm not good enough. So what I'm going to do is pay to fix my problems and put a 297 wheel on the back. I've actually tried this before. I don't know if anybody's like watched the video in the past where I actually tried this as a 297 without the chainstay on, and it actually rode unreal. It's just solidifies the fact that it's something that I actually wanted to do like permanently. Obviously, how to do that, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. There is a couple of things that I want to do to it as well. Well, I'll say a couple of things. What I want to do is put a coil shock on it. So lefty loosey, surely. Yep, that's coming off. There we go. So is it for both sides or just one? I'm gonna back these out as much as I can because I still need to like do the bottom one. Oh, there's a one on there already. Sounds so just come off there. Okay, so the UDH is already attached. So all I need to do there is just take off the mech, take back out this bolt that goes all the way through here, which is a 10mm, I think. Just talking to myself. This is notorious for coming loose, this screw actually, this bolt, sorry. I've had to tighten this one up a few times. One thing I like about Nukeproof as well is that they actually have arrows on stuff for which way you need to tighten. Don't know what that's going to be like with the rise of the new owners, but I'm sure we'll find out. I'm all for it, mate. I love Nukeproof stuff. I don't actually think this is going to take as long as what I think it is, you know, because there's only 1, 2, 3 bolts so far that I've had to back out, plus the undoing of the sorry, there's just a cap on there. So plus the undoing of the brakes and gear selector. Let's get these off. Literally, I'm just using like a multi-tool set from Halfords. It's not even like remotely taxing at the minute. Yeah, you totally cut. Sorry, I know you can't really see what's going on because the camera's all the way over there, but this is, as I mentioned at the start, purely for entertainment purposes. It is not a how-to guide at all. But the nut and the top and bottom of it is actually like pretty simple, to be fair. All I have done is literally just undo these 2 bolts, the bottom bolt. That looks like it'll come away from the the front triangle, and the brakes, the UDH, the derailleur. That's literally it. Apart from like little things like cable tying the brakes and the brakes and stuff, like the hoses together. It seems really straightforward so far. I mean, I am quite mechanically minded. Just a little bit about me. I spent time in the motor trade growing up and did my apprenticeship there and built like cars and stuff like on the driveway. I mean, I had a little bit of help, but just got to give it a try, man. You know what I mean? Like, just got to do these things. It's fun, kills time. I've got an afternoon to myself. Normally I'd be out riding, and like I say, just fill some time in, fill in an afternoon on a rainy day. So let's get these off now. And for the record, I am totally just winging this. Like, I have done zero research into how to do this apart from watching Adam Brayton's video. And he said on his video that if he can do it, then anyone can. So let's actually put that to the test. So there's the brake hoses done. The brakes off. Derailleur cables are off. That needs to slide through that. Right, so the whole brake assembly's off. There we go. Right, where was I? So the derailleur needs to come off. That looks like a little twisty twist. 4mm maybe. There we go. Silly sausage. Also, a fun fact if anybody does like building stuff, cross-threading is just free Loctite. So don't Loctite your stuff, just cross-thread it, man. I'm telling you. The last time I did anything with a bike was with my Nukeproof Scout 275. You can go through the back catalogue for that because I actually built that from the ground up off camera. But I rode it plenty on camera. But that was a frame up build and I did most of that. But obviously, like, I don't really do this day in, day out. So the occasional thing, I'm pretty sure you can let it slide because I do forget. I am only human. Okay, so we should be ready to take the whole triangle off now. Should be. Need that one, need that one, need that one. All I'm doing is just using like an Allen set from Halfords. This is pretty easy to be fair, so far. But don't speak too soon though, Dan. Did I take that bolt out? I did, yeah. So there's weight, there's actual weight on this now. I don't know if I've mentioned, but the final... No, I'll tell you what, I'll save that for the end. Oh, let's tighten it up. Need to untighten it. Man, this is so like stuck together. I used to be a believer that the bike industry was just telling people to get stuff serviced all the time as a way of making money. But upon reflection of doing like a lot of home maintenance stuff, somebody somewhere might be right, because it does make things a lot easier when all of your stuff is fresh. This is going to be totally unorthodox for anybody watching, but I don't care. Right, we're back. Man, that was difficult off camera. So there's one of the ones that I got off, and the inner one has literally just popped off there now. That was a proper faff on that. It just did not want to come loose at all. But it is now. There it is. And there is the rear chainstay. Off. Aff, as the Scottish would say. Right, I need a chain breaker on there because that is wrapped around there pretty good. But it's done. The rear chainstay is off. We are off. Yahoo! Tell you what, I might as well just take the whole chain off for the purpose of this exercise, just while it's dangling. There we go. Put it over here with this other split link. I'm going to open that window up again because I'm sweating. Probably the most fiddly part of any job is dealing with bloody dust covers and that. But a way to get around that is to use a little bit of assembly grease. And what you do is you just assembly grease the inside of them. Not gonna harm anyone, is it? And then what that does is it just means it can stick to the bolt. So all I've done there is just put a bit of assembly grease on the inside, and then it means I can put that on there, on the bolt. Oh, that's why your bottom bolt keeps coming out, because it's not torqued down right. Yeah, well, do something. There we go. She's biting new. She's biting the new. It's just fiddly, that's all. It's not like difficult or anything. It's just really, really bloody fiddly. Ow. Right, so in a moment of stupidity, I forgot that these bolts which go onto the bottom of the shock actually screw from behind. Because I was thinking, like, how does that even work? But then it came back to me that they screw in from the back, so gosh, it's just nipped up there. There we go, just pull down as hard as possible on that, and that should be right. And then I've got this side to do as well. I thought that would just seat in there just nicely, but it just went right in there. Yeah, this is like next level Fiddlosaurus. Get that one in first, the one behind. See if we can get that one sorted first. Because I can kind of reach in here. Nipping in there, lovely. Yeah, those little spacers between the frame and the rear triangle. Man, like, I've got a Kenevo SL, as if anybody who watches my channel can see. And that isn't as fiddly as what that is. And that's got like spacers outside of spacers and stuff as well, and that's like really, really fiddly. That was ridiculous, that. Okay, so just build it back up a bit now. Not me. How's she looking? Oh, she's looking dreamy. Absolutely dreams. When people are like building stuff, don't know if anybody does, but do you have like a really bad habit of like putting stuff down and then just like instantly losing it? Because that is the story of my life, man. Like, I've definitely, well, I know I do, I've got ADHD. Definitely, it's undiagnosed though, but you don't need to go to a specialist and let them tell you what you've got. Like, you know what you've got, man. And I've got ADHD. And I put stuff down and my God, it just disappears. Like, what the hell? What the helly? I think I need a break. I need a kick cut. Semi screw that in with the first few posts. Thread, sorry. Get that one in. Because what do? Finger her first. Right, okay, we've got the brake caliper on correctly now. Just need to get some cable ties in there, a couple along the chainstay, and it should be sweet. Bosh! Bosh! Okay, what do we need now? We need the chain on. And then we need to put the wheel on. And then I think we're pretty much done. Oh no, we need to swap the wheel over, don't we? So we need to swap the disc and cassette onto the 27.5. But apart from that, we're getting pretty close. I'd say. Pretty close. Yeah, it's massive. Look how dangly that is. Okay, next job. Let's get everything swapped over onto the 27.5 wheel. This is just another 5-minute job. Right, just off camera, what I did is I just swapped over the drivetrain and brake. Really boring process, but 27.5 EX11 with a TRP disc on and the GX derailleur, the GX cassette. We're in the final stages of the build now. The end is in sight. Alright, here we go. Also, I just fished off the other chainstay, the through axle, so that can just get hooked straight on. Let's come around this side actually. Breathe in. Oh my God, that is hard for a big boy. Right, we're on. Try and get this in now. Oh, there we go. And just nipped up there. Lovely. There we go. More or less finished. And actually, I don't think the chain. Oh, well, yeah, it's really, really floppy. Definitely needs a couple of links taken out of it, but just for the purpose of today, we will. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So boom, there she is done. Well, the job's done anyway. So the 27.5 chainstays on the back, the whole wheel conversion, all that's done. Basically, I think she's ready to rip. So what we'll do is we'll head over to the trails, definitely on a different day because it is soaking wet outside. But thanks for sticking around so far if you've enjoyed it. Then let's take this thing for a rip.